12:30, so we'll call the meeting to order. Before we adopt the agenda, we'll quick introduce Bruce Osborne is now council representative on the park board, so welcome. Some of you know everybody. Does everyone know Bruce? Yep. But welcome. Thank you. So I'll look for a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll make the motion.
All right, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Agenda is adopted. We'll go to the minutes here. Approval of the minutes for the December 8th, 2015 meeting. We have the December budget for 2015 and the capital improvement plan for 2016. Is there anything in those that need to be amended?
Luann, did you want to give an update? Do you know how the December 12th and 30th movies went?
I can do that. Would you like to do it later, or you want me to do it?
Yeah, I was thinking in reports.
Okay, that's fine.
Should we talk about that at the end? And
Yep.
Mike was present at the 30th.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll do that down at the commissioner report and staff reports. So do we have approval of the minutes as presented?
Additions or corrections to them? Minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Then we'll go to review of 2015 goals. So historically, have we gone through these line by line? See how we've done on them? How in the past have we handled the goals?
Previously, we would go through to see what we accomplished, just to be able to report back to council.
Okay.
And then, a lot of our goals for 2016 normally would remain the same.
Coming from these ones?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we can go down and we can go through them one by one then. Briefly, I guess. Start at number 1 then. We probably met that one, it appears.
And continue on with it, yeah.
Correct.
So are we going through for 2015 and then deciding if we want to keep them for 2016? Is that how you guys want to do it?
Yeah, that works for me. Sure.
Okay, that's fine with me too. Seems to me like a lot of goals, but when we get through them all, maybe see how many are kept or not kept. So we'll keep that one on for 2016. I want number 2. Seems appropriate to keep for 2016.
Yep.
And do we want to report which grants funds we acquired for 2015?
I think we applied in 2015. I don't think we received any, or does that last one count for 2015?
I think that last one should
count. Was that
count.
the Christopher Reeves one, or the? Okay.
Yeah, I think that one certainly should count. Was that the only one we applied for, Luann?
We applied for outdoor rec grant.
The who?
Outdoor recreation
Yeah.
grant last March.
Okay. Outdoor rec grant. And that,
Pheasants Forever, the living classroom, last
We never
year.
really did that one because they ended up going with Silverton High, so
Okay.
school.
that just sort of
Okay.
got pulled into there.
So the outdoor one was denied?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, number 3, promote use of city parks year round through multiple outlets. Seems that one should stay. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it should stay.
All right.
Do we need additional information of what was completed in 2015, how we used the park?
Yeah, we should try to get a little list on it. So, we did have a movie in the park over the summer, correct?
It was indoors, yes.
Oh, that one did transfer indoor, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then there was a 5K.
Youth baseball used the park.
Mayor Moxie?
High used the park.
Okay. Mayor Moxie used them, correct?
Correct.
things on there? Alright, so we'll keep 1, 2, and 3. Number 4, review the 5-year capital improvement plan and make recommendations to city council. I think we did that at budget time, correct? And we continue, that one certainly, should stay on there. So we made recommendations, when was that, August, September? Correct. Oh, June, July, okay. Number 5, recommend to the city council 2016 park board budget, that was completed. And that one certainly, still in agreement to keep that one also. Continue to work with youth on age-appropriate activities.
This is kind of the coordination with Watertown here, and for activities in the park. There's eight of them, using Nikki as representative, or Nikki McNeely on Watertown here, as board, this person that kind of.
Kind of the council liaison for
Yeah.
that, okay. Yeah, I think that, she seems to be pretty active in it. Okay, good. Keep that, I assume? 7, review the maintenance plan for the park semi-annually. Did we review maintenance plan?
I don't know, didn't it?
I don't
Yeah, we did in September.
Did we?
Yeah, I remember looking at it.
Okay. Is that something that needs to be done twice a year?
That's usually park board if they want to do it.
I think so.
I think it's worthwhile, doing twice a year, okay.
Does the park commission, the board, do they walk, or do they visit the parks at all, tour them?
We, from when I was here, I don't recall we did a field trip to them all. I mean, people get out to them and report back as, you know, as they go through them. Kyle goes through and does a pretty good, walk through them all. That's just, you know, low on chips, recommended some you know, what's up with the playground, how the, if it's wearing down, if anything's breaking, what kind of repairs are needed, you know, so.
He has forms he's supposed to fill out correctly?
Yeah, he does an inspection monthly, I believe.
Okay.
On the equipment itself, so,
equipment.
yeah.
He's also gonna be attending, that could become a 2016 goal, Public Works will attend quarterly, that's what he wanted to do, park board meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could become a goal, and then he can do a little staff report on the status of the park.
Yeah, okay.
And then Bruce, to answer the rest of your question, if we are building something for like the hockey rink, volleyball courts, we did go out and measure, so we could see the actual size and put stakes out and.
Yeah, new stuff like that, we get out there and as a group and.
'Cause the maintenance part of it, that's one thing I'm gonna push this summer. And we've always had weeds in the mulch, and I don't like that.
So is April okay for review?
I think so, yeah. And then, you know, Kyle can understand that at that point, if he's gonna be at that meeting, I would assume, that that's something that we're really gonna stress to take care of.
Is April and September okay for months to do it, would March be better?
I think April's, well,
You can change
let's do March. Is everyone okay with March?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be tough with, could be tough with smell, I mean, it's gonna be hit or miss.
Well, it's just to review the plan.
But,
We have a
oh,
maintenance plan.
got it,
And
not
then
to
that
actually
gives
go
him-
through them.
that gives
That
him
gets
another-
him
Oh, yeah.
thinking.
Gives
Yeah.
him time to be thinking about April.
Yeah, yep, that's a good
Because by the end of
idea.
April, he'll be, and then September, you're kind of putting the park, put him to sleep before the winter, September, is September okay?
I think so.
Okay, and we can always change it, if you want to later on.
Some of these I struggle with, and again, I wasn't here last year when you set these. Some of these I struggle, are they truly goals, or are they just objectives to get done through, I mean, is that really,
I'm
me,
in the same boat.
you know, I look at that, should we just be reviewing, does that need to be a goal, or should that just be on our agendas to review them on these? I struggle with some of that,
I think it's a goal to maintain the parks,
yeah.
but to review
to
the
a
plan, I don't
certain-
know if that should just be,
Maintain them to a certain level.
yep.
You know, I look at, like, number 2, seek grants on when appropriate for project. do we need to add, seek, an opportunity for 3 grants, or, put a number around them that we're trying to achieve, but, we can talk a little bit more of that as we get through the list, I guess. Some of them I struggle with, are they true goals or not? These are a lot of them, just have 14, I look at it as, you've got your goals, 4 or 5 of them set through the year that you wanna try to get to, but, so we're gonna change that to March, and then back to September, up 1 month, or leave the September also?
I think September's good.
Leave September, everyone, okay. Educate the public on local venues for exercise and benefit of healthy, active living. Did we do much of that last year?
Yeah,
There's more than Mayor Moxley, there's more than the 5K.
I think there was a lot of workout classes going on up here in the parks.
Okay.
Seemed like it was almost every day, and
And at the high
you see
school.
someone up here with a group of people doing something.
Okay. I just wasn't sure exactly what educate the public on local venues. I was reading it as there's other things out there that we're telling people, Snap Fitness and, go to that, or other that's how I was looking at it, maybe.
Can I back up one goal? The maintenance plan, can we maybe see if he can submit those reports of the parks for our park board meeting every month? Like if something's broke, or if it needs attention for weeds, or...
If you really wanna get into that, detail of dealing with the park, you want him to have, the goal is to have no weeds and to have everything maintained. So you are the policy people,
Okay,
and he's the person that does the day-to-day.
okay.
And if you're doing that, you're kinda getting into the day-to-day. Quarterly, he can report to you, maybe give a report
Okay.
on what he's done and
Yeah.
repaired, and I've done mulch, and I've, that way, but I think you're gonna add quite a bit of work to him.
No, that sounds good to me, yeah.
And I think that's good too. 'Cause my first thought was it'd be nice to keep up on the equipment, what's breaking down and continue repaired, so we can look at purchasing new. But I think quarterly would be fine.
Yeah,
To get an
that works.
overview on that. Okay, so number 8. We went through number 9, continue to devise a plan for downtown beautification.
Are we keeping number 8?
I think we just do, and again, as we get through, I think we're gonna have to go back and
Okay.
rediscuss some of them. What do we, and if we decide to keep all of them as is, I'm fine with that, but, devise a plan for downtown beautification, February, March. We added planters last year. Did we do any other? Was it the 4 or 5 planters we added?
And the tree things in them.
Yeah,
Evergreen
yep,
trees.
yep. Okay, so we'll take another look at that. Continue to strive to improve, develop, and upgrade all city parks. I think that's certainly the role of this board.
Exactly.
The whole idea of that board anyways, and I think so we've been looking at every park, we've been taking a park every meeting, and updating the development plans for that. Implement the 2015 capital improvement plan, picnic shelters, volleyball courts, trees, shrubs. Picnic shelter, we applied for a grant and were denied on that one, correct? Sand volleyball courts, we got approval, and construction has begun.
It's actually completed, have some minor, revisions left.
It is okay. Good. And trees and shrubs,
We removed it.
that was removed. Fire and Town Pheasants Forever to establish a living classroom in Westridge Park.
Remove that one.
That was removed. And was spearheaded at Mayor Lutheran High. Collaborate with other boards and city council to develop parks and promote use. I think we've collaborated with city council. We had 2 meetings together.
I think it was 2.
I believe there was 2 meetings throughout the year. Make parks accessible for the aging and the handicapped.
Yeah.
And that, is there anything specific to that was accomplished?
We applied for grants, and we were awarded on the second go around.
And that's right, the yep,
Yep.
To purchase new English.
perfect. All right. I think we have a good overall report we can send the council on certainly what we've accomplished. Now going back for 2016, what are thoughts? Do we wanna kinda keep it like this? Do we wanna try to narrow it down some and have them more, you know, specific to seek 5 grants for the year, make this many improvements, or do we wanna kinda keep this format? And I'm fine either way.
I don't know that we need to put a number on the grants, but
Well, sort of just to guide me on what to look for and to
Okay.
watch for and to, so if a grant opportunity came up, then I would bring it forward. It wasn't necessarily that I would strive to apply for 2 or 3 grants, I think.
Okay.
You guys would decide more, I don't
Mhm.
know.
there were some of them that we didn't qualify for or
Right.
whatever, so yeah.
Yeah.
Just 'cause a lot of things on the list, our capital improvement plan are larger projects, so instead of pushing them out from year to year, if we got grants, we could get done sooner.
Keep doing it, okay. Okay, so are we in agreement, do we wanna keep this as is and going into 2016?
Well, except for number 12.
Right.
And I think there's one that you could add would be, because in 2016, you're gonna be doing your comprehensive plan, and you'll be working on the park chapter of the comprehensive plan for 2018, maybe a 2018, update.
Okay,
So that might be one you wanna
I
add,
think that's a good one to add.
because then that will guide, the parks, future parks for the community. Get goals from that also.
Okay.
Number 9, Luann, the downtown beautification, is that a goal for both the park and the EDA? Or don't the EDA have money to fund some of that anymore?
The EDA does have money, I don't remember what their goals are, but they also have goals too. And we did try to do a downtown, we were approved for a small cities downtown commercial grant, and no one took advantage of the grant. So, a small business grant, where they could have up to, I don't remember how much, I don't remember how much it was, but that's when we adopted, the planning commission adopted the design standards, so that they could have some continuity in how everybody, if they wanted to change the facade, there was continuity in what the facade would look like, so.
I know, the downtown businesses in Victoria, they work with the chamber, I think, to buy new signs for the light poles. They partnered with the commercial club to buy those banners, and then after using them 2 or 3 years, the businesses got them and they got new ones.
And we did the same thing with the banners that we have downtown, so they have different names on them. The EDA partnered with the businesses and purchased the downtown banners.
Okay.
And so, and in a few years, they will get this one seen and no longer getting used, they're the blue ones that have their name
The
on
flag
them.
on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's why I was asking if it's something that,
Maybe it's not appropriate for us to
for
use
the-
their
But if the money comes out of here for the
Planner.
Planner.
planters and the benches that we're putting down there,
Why does the money come out of park board for planters?
Because you're the ones that wanted the money.
Oh,
You're the ones that suggested it, so.
okay, well, it does.
Yeah, we
my-
budgeted for beautification, correct, for
I
twenty
don't think
sixteen?
you really budget for beautification, right?
Oh, I thought we had a line item for that, maybe not.
Oh, yes, you do, you do, I
Yeah.
did that, yeah, you do.
So, seeing as it's in there for this year, I mean, we may as well keep
Like
it,
$2,000,
okay.
yeah.
So may as well, I mean, it should stay obviously for this, for twenty sixteen.
And that's fine, I just,
And we can certainly look at budget time, if we wanna transfer some of that over to the BDA and transfer that bucket over to them.
okay,
There has been some conversation about new Christmas lights. So we are looking at new
Yep.
Christmas lights, but there's some repair that needs to be done to the light poles too. Because the GFI is stripping out, that's why some of the wreaths aren't on.
Yeah.
And the covers are gone, so Kyle climbs up and resets them all the time. And, or did, when they were out. But, we did get catalogs in the mail with 40% off Christmas lights, so we may be coming as staff forward, probably to city council, to request, approval for new Christmas lights. So that would probably come out of that downtown beautification.
And I think that's appropriate, I'd be
We
fine
should
with
see
that.
if-
That'd be good, go ahead.
We should see if Schmitty would let us light up his big pine tree.
There was some talk of
yeah,
that.
Tay suggested that at the last meeting.
Yeah.
Half of that is sitting right here.
Yeah, there was talk about that.
Jeff Jackson talked to me about it too, so you probably talked to Jeff. After he'd said that to you, I looked at it, I'm like, that would look pretty nice.
I think it would.
I don't know where you get the power from.
Yeah. Well, where to get the power, then
You
how to
might be able to cross
reimburse.
it from the pole over, but if you're having issues already, I don't know if it'll work, but.
I think we contact our fire department, see if we can partner with them to maybe get something like that done.
Yeah?
I wanna buy a ladder truck.
Oh, don't put that into the conversation, they got plenty of ladders.
And plenty of trucks.
No, I think we should, I think it's appropriate for us to look at. I'm hoping council would take on fixing the light poles, and that would be part of city, you know, I'm assuming that would come from the, city council's budget, but, yeah, lights or something, that'd be great. Especially those wreaths have pretty much seen better days, it appears.
Actually, I don't know, so you got a catalog with that stuff in it? I'm gonna say, I'll try to get a picture of some big balls that they hang in Hudson. They're really cool, they just, a rusty old iron ball, it's got 4 straps, and then they got kinda evergreen stuff in the center. They're really pretty, it's not like a wreath, but
Yeah, that would. Okay, anything else on 2016 goals?
So then, so I'm clear, the 2016 goals are the same as 2015, except for we're taking out 8 and 12?
I don't even know if people wanna leave 8 in, or do we wanna clarify what 8?
I think eight's a kind of a combination of the Watertown partnering with them and
Yeah.
I think so too.
using the park.
Yeah.
I'd be fine taking
I think
that
And
out.
then do we add,
And
a
then-
goal that Public Works is attending meetings quarterly, and then another goal that you will participate in the comprehensive planning process? For the update in the parks chapter.
Yes, add that one for sure.
I definitely think the comprehensive plan, again, having park, public works attend quarterly, I don't know if that's a go. I think we would ask him to do it, you know, to do that, but if we wanna put it in there to kinda keep it as a list and a working list and kind of more so than a goals and a working list, then yes, let's add, I would say let's add it. I'd look for a motion then to, remove 8, remove 12, add comprehensive plan and add the quarterly public works employee then.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any further discussion on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. perfect. That takes care of 1 and 2. Go to the hockey rink. Specifications. A lot of information on the hockey.
No, I guess I provided these, let me just back up for a second, the games, our kids are changing, playing and changing. And then this Green Step program, that maybe there would be something that we would implement for, as part of your goal, using this Green Step stuff. Or this becomes, either as a goal or as part of your CIP, I don't know. Green Step program is a program the city council has adopted. It says 29 best practices that the city would do, and then you become a Green Step city. It's kind of like the Star City program that they used to have, where you give information. There's not any funding or any, anything that you would receive financially, and the city's not required to do it within a certain amount of time. You only do what you can do within it, whenever you can. But it's become more environmentally friendly, is what it is. So this was the 29 best practices, and one of the best practices on the back is number 18, which is parks and trails. So then that's what would apply to, that I thought you could, if you wanted to, you could establish some goals out of these best practice actions. Because like one of them is make improvement within the city system of parks, trails, off-road trails, and open spaces. You know, we talked about some of the trails don't have connections. We talked about making those connections, we never did do that. Plan and budget for a network of parks. Achieve minimum levels of city green space, I think we've done that. Create, adopt low impact design standards in parks and trails. Create park city land management standards and practices, which is like low maintenance turf, recycling, compostable collection or source of non-potable water, or surface water for irrigation. Just have certified golf course, we don't have one, so documents the operation and maintenance of construction or remodeling of at least one park building using green building framework. Develop a program to involve community members in hands-on land restoration and stewardship practices. So I don't know if, back to the goals, if any of these are something that you would wanna do, or if you would want. I mean, one goal could just be simply to support active life sales and property values by enhancing the city's green infrastructure according to the Green Step program, or implement 2 of the best practice areas of the Green Step program as a goal, and then choose which ones they are later. I don't know, or maybe that's, you don't even wanna do that.
Actually, number 2 would fall under that comprehensive plan review and update. Planning and budgeting for green.
It absolutely would.
Do you want these, do you wanna do a goal that you'll implement? Or not? You already got a motion on the goal, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, but we can add another motion to add one, correct?
Sure.
We can make another motion to add one.
Yeah, if you want to.
What's some thoughts from people?
Well, we're already doing a lot of these. I mean, we have the adoptive parks, that covers number 8, the hands-on restoration and stewardship project. We already have that going on, so.
If you wanna make it a goal that you.
I think at least make it a goal to review this, review this and see if there's, what we can do. At least keep this up in the forefront that we're looking at it. I like number 3, I like, maintaining a minimum level of green space too, throughout this, making sure there's always, that should always be in the forefront of items, but, yeah, I don't know, I guess my thought would be let's put it on the goals to at least review this and see what we wanna go after.
Our parks currently only have garbage bins, not recycling, correct?
Right.
Okay, you wanna add anything this year on it, you wanna,
I'll make a motion to add, to our 2016 goal to review the Green Step 29 practices for what relates to the park board.
okay, one second.
Second that.
Any further discussion on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Yeah, I think that's a great addition. I think that's good. No, that's
You're
good.
fine.
Hockey rinks. A
So
lot of,
I provided you with quite a bit of information. In
Yeah.
fact, the Becker had provided the city with a, estimate back in 2012 per rink. He also asked me to get a hold of Watertown and get all the information that they had from their rink and quote, and, their quotations, and I did that and included that all in the package.
How much does pricing change from 2007 to 2012 to 2016?
Price of materials, trucking to get it here,
Labor, the labor change much?
yeah.
Because these did seem a lot less than what we had anticipated.
Well, this is just for, this isn't, there's no surface,
yeah.
this is
Okay.
just the boards.
Yeah.
No grading,
There's no lights.
no light. Just the whole mountain.
Yeah.
These boards the same as what Watertown has?
They're very similar.
Okay. How about the one down to Carver?
And we down to everyone.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Pretty similar to the ones that Chanhassen has.
They look like the ones in Carver.
Which one are you looking at? This one?
This one here.
Oh, those ones, okay. The plastic. Is that plastic?
Oh, the composite ones?
Okay, yeah,
Oh no, Chanhassen has 2x12s. This is what
Yeah.
Chanhassen has.
that's more, yeah.
They have the metal frame with the 2x12s on it,
On the outside?
on the inside.
And the wood one that's outdoors, this is more what Watertown has
Yes.
also, correct?
Correct, yeah.
What is the maintenance on those metal things?
What's that?
What is,
Boards
Yeah.
like this?
I believe so.
On those
They might have
composite,
it.
what kind of maintenance? I don't know if there is.
They might have the sheeting on the inside.
I don't know if there is maintenance on those. So one of the quotes had it just being on grass, is that even that's not an option, is that, did we already determine that that's no way to save any,
It's possible. That's not easy.
But we still have to do the liner and everything else.
It's very difficult either way.
okay.
Cause with the liner, the ice wants to move. So,
I thought it was discussed.
Actually, with a hard surface, it can be used year-round for multiple uses. The one down to Carver, I think there's basketball hoops on it, so you play basketball in the summer. Use it for rollerblading and hockey in the summer.
Okay.
But that all comes at an expense. But on the flip side of that expense is you don't have to put the liner in it, and it's easier to build it and maintain it. You don't have to have the ice so thick. With the liner, you end up leveling the surface with the water, depending on how hot of flat the surface is, takes a lot more water to build it.
The survey that we did had tennis courts on a fairly high ranking. Is there any way to put a tennis court inside a hockey rink?
Depending on the size of it,
What's the
Probably
dimensions of a
straight.
tennis court?
I don't know how big tennis courts are, doesn't seem one would fit in there.
Pickleball is,
A lump ball?
pickleball, pickleball, you want a pickleball, yeah.
The fence doesn't look high enough for tennis either. I mean, then you have a dual purpose since we have a basketball court already.
Would you say the fence doesn't look high enough
Yeah,
on this one?
yeah.
Doesn't really need to be. On this one, they went, oh no, they only went halfway. So just on the back side behind the goal, if you go to the Xcel Energy Center, they're only that high, the glass is.
Yeah, and the fence behind it is only to protect, you know, what's out there, and if there's not a lot out there, you don't
You got
have to worry
pucks
about
flying
that.
out there a lot then.
Were you talking fence
If
right
you
up
were
for
playing
tennis?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But no, you really want it behind the nets.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
this would be big enough to put tennis courts on. Tennis courts are 36 feet wide by 78 feet long,
So it would fit in there.
so it would definitely fit in there.
And you could even put some holes in the hard surface
Mhm.
versus some of these sport court nets.
What do tennis use for surface? I don't know what they use for surface, so we're putting ice on that, I mean,
No,
know they're painted
the tennis will
differently.
just be on asphalt. You're not gonna wanna put a tennis court surface in there. It's
okay,
a disaster.
okay.
I got a
You could
client
put-
in Scotland, she has to redo it every 3 to 5 years.
Paint lines on it or,
So, I'm sorry, tennis courts are a lot of maintenance, is that what you're saying, or you don't
Just
want it
the
in an
surfaces.
ice rink?
Just the surface, I don't remember what they call it. It's a special surface. And it just constantly cracks when it bubbles up and then you basically have to start over.
Could we use asphalt instead?
Well, it's better than nothing,
Right.
if they wanna do tennis, and then it's better than nothing.
So it is possible to build a hockey rink and for the winter and put a tennis court on there for the summer and
Yep.
be more than adequate.
so was the thought of looking at these two bids, trying to decide what it was that we actually wanted, the wood steel, or the wood frame, the steel frame? I think we've kinda narrowed it down, what the surface would be, and the size. And then get a quote from there.
That's my impression of what I think we need to do and, get
Bids on it.
more accurate bids, be able to go to council with good hard numbers. Is what I was thinking. And now if we're talking now a dual purpose and we can sell that in it also. My only concern with tennis now is the same I have with volleyball, there's all balls from baseball now coming. I mean, my concern hasn't changed from when the volleyball courts were gonna be there, but
So where are you looking at putting it?
old schoolhouse park next
Right here.
to the
Between the baseball and
For the
the
ball
city
fields.
hall and that green space.
Okay.
I guess I would lean more towards basketball, but that's just me. I think it would get used more if it was basketball.
And the basketball can be added, once, the surface is in. You know, it's a matter of drilling the hole to put the basketball stuff outside. It's basically outside
Yeah.
the edge of it. And even if you wanted to, what do they call them, other sports, where they put just like the badminton net, you know, that could be added afterwards. You core a
Mhm.
hole in the blacktop and drill it.
Yeah, we could really have a multiple use, I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of different things we could do with it. I mean, if basketball hoops, if the if the base itself is outside of it and it comes in, it's not in the middle, you know, and you can still put tennis in there, I mean, you could have a multi-use, slab there, but I think that'll just help with the utilization of it, to help with council and make them feel a little bit better on some of the money that may be spent on this, that we may get 2 or 3
Yeah.
sport use out of it versus 1. Yeah, I think at this time, we try to hammer down, get light quotes, decide what we wanna do on boards, the wood versus some of this composite, and get some good hard quotes on it, and
The basketball court would fit on the inside of the boards. Basketball court is 94 feet by 50 feet,
okay.
so it'd be on the inside of the boards.
You made a,
If you did, yeah.
if you did the
Yep.
court,
Yep.
You can always do a half court too.
yeah.
79 by 36. If that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So what are thoughts on boards?
Steel panel appears to be less expensive.
Actually, that, hockey rink they got down to Carver's a really nice one.
Is it?
I just don't know how expensive it is to build. That's the one that has the basketball, and I think they're the composite boards.
How new is that one? Do you know?
I would say that one's at least 8 years,
Oh, it's that old? Okay.
8 years old, so it's not new,
Okay.
but it's still in really
36
good
by
condition.
78, Luann.
I was hoping it had just been put in the last year or two, and we could ask them for some pricing,
Oh,
but,
okay.
and see what they paid for it, but,
I think that one, they actually got a concrete floor under it,
do they?
and I don't know if we want concrete. But,
Is that more expensive?
Wow. You're looking at $7 a square foot versus $3 to $4 a square foot.
Remember, I contacted them about concrete, they just didn't wanna use it because you have to score it and the water will get down in it, and it'll,
That's right, yep.
so you really wouldn't wanna use concrete.
See, this first bid that you have though from Becker, that's 120 by 60 with a 20-foot radius. So that's smaller than a standard hockey rink. Standard hockey rink is 185 or something like that.
yeah, it really depends on, you want a full-size arena, or, an Olympic field, you know, what size do you really want?
The city of Watertown is 200 by 85.
What did we decide? 'Cause I know we talked about that quite a bit, we were getting we were talking regulation size, weren't we?
Yeah.
Is composite maintenance free?
Yes.
So with one public works person, would it make sense to do composite?
Yeah.
I think there's some advantage to it from that aspect, absolutely. There won't be only one public works person forever, but
Correct.
I certainly think it makes some sense if it's cost effective, absolutely.
So should we just go ahead and get some quotes for a full-size hockey rink with composite boards?
I'd be fine with that, yeah.
Yep.
on asphalt.
And we have a good quote on the surface, don't we?
Not really.
Don't think
Oh,
we
that
do.
was, oh, we did, okay.
Original discussions were with Bolton Mink,
Okay.
engineering.
Rink is what?
200 by 85.
And then the surface is on 210 by 95? Is it empty extra on the outside of it?
Draghi said what they've done before is they've laid the wear coat, or the wear layer, built the board, and then laid the inside, one more on the inside.
So you put the blacktop inside them?
He put a layer of blacktop, then they built the boards, and then a layer on the inside.
With a little lip, with a lip on it?
Said they've done it both ways, where they've laid flat asphalt and they built on there, and he's done it where they've done it on the inside.
Really compact around the edge of the boards.
It's already compacted first. The base,
No,
was the first layer.
after they do the second layer.
We'll just go in with a plate packer.
Okay.
Yeah, I would ask him, he's, I guess he's the one who's done it before.
Make a motion on that?
And then how about lights? Did we get a good quote on lights?
Do we think this is coming from,
If they had, if they were using for, at Watertown.
Or Watertown?
Right.
That's the number we use, right? Okay.
so there's gonna be multiple quotes, 'cause one's for the asphalt, one's for the boards, one's for the lights.
From the, yeah.
You
And then
probably
we gotta
wanna
move the
talk to
warming
Draghi
house down
too,
there.
about the dirt work.
Yeah, and then we'll have to do warming house down there,
Mhm.
and some of that, prepare us,
Electrical down there.
prepare an area for that. Do we need a motion then to get those quotes? Someone wanna make a motion, have staff get quotes for those three?
I'll make a motion that the staff gives quotes. Need me to call it out?
For the three that we mentioned?
Yeah, the three
Okay.
that we mentioned.
Got the
Right,
rest?
yeah.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Projector prices and or bulbs.
I would request that you look up, costs on bulbs and then costs on projectors. And see if it's new projectors, like, if it's 364, I'm thinking it's the same as what we have. Projector lamp, which must be the whole apparatus, is $239, but yet I found one for $61. So I don't know. And one for $149. And it says it's the same, I mean, they're the same as the model numbers are. So I don't know if it's just, I don't know what difference it is.
Yeah, I'm not
They
sure
look a
either.
little bit different too.
Where did we buy it from? Do you remember that? Do they sell lamps?
I don't know. I can check. I don't know if they do. There was a concern about the bulb burning off
Yep.
in the middle of a movie, so.
Yeah.
I would say with my experiences, if there's numerous places selling supposedly the same thing at completely different prices, it's probably a reason.
Yeah.
Different wattage, different this or that, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, it would probably still work, but it could be different something.
Right.
So,
The manual that came with it should have the bulb, the
Actually,
replacement bulb number in it.
Right.
So,
And that's the one that's in here?
will we get multiple costs on it?
One is the whole lamp,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
the whole, and the other is maybe just the bulb.
And I think
But
we
I
just
don't
need a
think
bulb.
you replace just the bulb, it just, but doesn't look like that.
well, I think what we need to do is take a look at the manual and see if when the bulb goes, do we need to replace a
Yeah.
lamp or do we need to replace a bulb? And how easy is it if it's just a quick swap out or if we
It should
really
be.
do have to replace a lamp?
Yeah, should be fairly easy. to get the bulb. Yeah, let's take a look at the manual and see what we can. Now, is the one here, that is the one that came with the movie?
Yes.
Okay. assuming they pop up eventually and says you're at 5,000 hours, replace your I'm assuming that happens. And even as far as getting a whole another one doesn't, I'm not overly concerned, $367 doesn't seem like a ton. I think maybe there's some room to even try to partner with council, or if council buys one to use and they have one, and if theirs goes out, they use the park board one, if and we swap that, at least we'll have two of them here then, but maybe they'll split the cost of another one with us.
That was our concern of showing a movie and having the community come, and then you'll be in the middle of the movie and
Yeah.
the,
We need something,
dead.
we need a spare bulb or a spare projector, I think if we're gonna continue to show movies, we should do that. So look in the manual and see, is that what we wanna do, look a little deeper into that, and then, like I said, worst comes, we talk to council, even try to split a cost with one for them, and we'll have a spare one here. Okay. Status of the Christopher Reeves grant.
I forwarded you the first email that says they were pleased to inform us that we had recommended for a second cycle 2015 quality of life grant in the amount of $5,675. And they said to wait for the second email to come. Well, the second email came today, and I forwarded that to all of you. So I guess I would, this is gonna be placed in the out in Westridge Park, right? Where there was room. So either I have the guy come back from Earl F. Anderson, that where we're gonna purchase it from, so we talk about where we're gonna place it, if you want to. Or you just go ahead and approve that once the grant money comes, that I go to the city council and ask to purchase it. And then just move forward. And how involved you want to be.
I would say I would like to figure out where it's gonna go. But obviously we can't really do that now, so.
Was it 100% grant that pays for that whole piece of apparatus, correct, or equipment? I think we look at the parts and I think we have a good idea it's gonna fit.
Yep.
I think I more think of, let's go get the approval and get it purchased, and we'll find us, I mean, we'll make it work, but can't do anything till spring anyways. So I don't know, is there a hurry to get it purchased? I don't know the logistics, if they're just sending a check or.
Yeah, they'll send a check for the full amount.
At least get on their install schedule.
Yep.
And just to keep it moving.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, bring
Yeah,
it on.
I think so.
You're done.
Yeah, and once in a while, if you get,
I wouldn't take this council until I actually have a check in my hand, but it might be between the park board meetings, so I can at least get them to authorize the purchase, and then come back to me and say, okay, the purchase has been authorized, now where do you want to put it? And then get the guys from Earl F. Anderson to the park board meeting, so that we can have a discussion with them about it. That's what I'm thinking, just so that I can keep it moving forward.
And I'll make that motion to take it to council and get approval to, start moving forward on it.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion on that? Do we know, now, we'll be paying for the install, or is install part of it?
I believe the install is part of it, I believe,
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Good.
sure it's in here somewhere.
I can go back and look at the grant application.
Yeah, I don't remember, I can't remember if it's up, but we applied for a couple pieces, didn't we?
No, we only applied for one.
We did cut it back?
Cut it back.
First
The first time we applied for several, but when I came back the second time, I came with a list.
That's
It
right.
showed how much they had awarded to everyone, it was right around
Yeah,
$57,000, and said maybe we'd be better off instead of asking for so much, that if we asked for less, we would have to be.
you're right, that is how it was, so we cut off the oodler, then we cut one of them out.
We should probably get a plan for that park of what, all the stuff that we wanted to add, and set up a plan so that when they do install this one, we know if we get another one in 2016, that one's gonna go here.
Where will it go?
And then the next one will go here, so it's already all planned out, instead of just,
Yeah.
it'll fit here, let's put it here.
Yeah.
Let me work with the guy from North Anderson, see if he can come up with a plan.
Yeah. I think that's good, especially now that we're getting some of the grants and we can start
Yeah.
looking to the future on some of that. Okay, so,
So is the intent just to buy buy the one piece, can't remember,
Yes,
we didn't have it in the budget to buy all the equipment, it was just whatever we got the grant for. I can't remember.
I don't think we had in the budget to
No.
buy the other ones.
No.
I thought we were just going with the grant,
Alright.
if I remember right.
We were moving forward with our project, no matter if we have the grant or not.
We were gonna move forward with the, shelter.
Shelter for sure,
Yeah, that one we were, if we weren't gonna get the grant.
We had Westridge Parkway, $25,000 in other for playground equipment for 2016. That's what we were gonna take from that one fund to construct, to get the rest of that equipment put in if we didn't get a grant.
Okay. Oh, yards, okay. Yeah, we'll look at it, see what he says, and we wanna buy some and add some, we'll look at doing that.
Good deal for
Especially if
everybody.
they'll give a good recommendation on what else can go there and. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to instruct staff to move forward with council on this. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Good, that's great news. Outdoor rec grant.
So the outdoor recreation grant is coming up again, and it's due the 31st of March. And last year we applied for a grant, the request was for $79,927, of which the city had a 50% match of $39,963. We asked for the picnic shelter at $34,020, parking lot at $39,175. We asked for picnic tables at $4,332, and crash sets over $2,400 to make that total of $79,000. So I would bring this back to you at the next meeting, if this is something you wanna do, the grant application, and request what you wanna have, what do you wanna ask for, or what do you wanna do, or do you not wanna even apply for it, I guess that's the question before you.
Certainly think
I
we
would
need to
say
apply
We need to
for it.
apply,
Absolutely,
because
yeah.
it's one of our goals.
Is there a way you can find out, kinda like you did on the Christopher Reeves grant? Are they only approving up to a certain amount? Maybe we just ask for just the shelter.
I think we
and pay for the rest.
should dial it back,
Yeah,
try to anyways, and,
'cause our plan is to pay for it whether we get it or not.
yeah.
So maybe if we only ask for half of it,
I would lean towards the shelter and maybe some picnic tables,
yeah,
'cause it seems logical to put picnic tables in there. I mean, they just,
yep.
or where it's then thrown in parking lots and thrown it, but that seems to group together good.
Garbage cans.
And some garbage cans too if we want. I mean, again, I agree with absolutely that, I think we might wanna dial it back some.
Yep.
I can find out what we can do.
I think that's
Yeah.
a smart idea.
Yeah. So should we bring that back to February's meeting and finalize it out? Yep.
Mhm.
I think so, Okay, we'll do that.
The other thing is that there'll be a trails grant, but that's 50% match. We were looking at a lot of money on a trails grant, but if we wanna make the connection to the Dakota Regional Trail and the park, I think it was a lot of money. I don't remember what it was. I don't know if that's something you wanna look at, that, trails grant too or not. You want me to get more information on it, bring it forward? I can. But I did like kind of a running foot on what it would cost and just measure on Carver County GIS to get an idea of what the total cost would be. So, I mean, I got a number from Martini on it, is what I did.
You said that was a 50-50, you thought?
That was,
Mhm.
the trails are expensive,
Yeah.
so. So I'll do a little research on the trails grant and bring that forward to you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Thank you.
Good.
Does Martini have the layer of the trails on the city map or not?
We have a map of the trail, if you want that.
You do? Okay. I'd just like to see where the links are missing.
Okay?
Some of them are trails, some of them are more sidewalks.
Yeah. And there again, we try to get a grant like that every year to piece together the missing pieces. Maybe you can't do it all at one time. There you go. Thanks, Chris.
Anybody else need anything in my folder?
Just giving it away now? Yeah. It's from 09 though.
ask and you shall receive.
All right, planning of Meadow Park?
Are we doing that?
Do we have the big one?
Basically done, so it was,
There's really not much to have change on that.
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't, yeah.
No.
Just off of your study for that flyer you sent us, you know, lacrosse is growing. Yeah, they can, but, you know, Kyle's gonna have to switch the nets out whenever,
How often?
well, you're gonna have to do something where you have like
Yeah, we'll learn that.
Sunday through Wednesday is lacrosse and Wednesday through, you know, or something like that. Or, I don't know if you can do something like you got your soccer and then you got your lacrosse nets.
He takes the nets out. He takes the nets out of them. He leaves the frame. Yeah, I think there's something to, I was gonna, does anyone know does Watertown have
Nobody's gone
lacrosse?
around here, that's
So,
what
no,
Rob,
that's, I know it's big and it's growing,
I
but
think
until
it's
it
coming,
gets
though.
here, yeah, I think it is, I mean, people won't be
oh, in the city, it's huge
Oh,
in the city.
yeah.
It's ridiculous in the
Oh.
city.
My kids are in Chamchaska, and they, huge, it's huge there.
Well, I think that's, you know, as a partner, I think you gotta try to partner with the group, you know, the soccer league
Yep.
or the other league, you know. And a lot of times they'll come out in Marksfield and put the nets up, like, I know the Crow River Soccer Club, they were looking for fields to play on.
I think there was some.
They were up there a lot.
And
Tried to use it, but
I invited them to a park board meeting.
is Jim Stanley still part of that?
So,
Yeah, I think it's certainly worth getting in touch with them and seeing if they
Yeah,
want
soccer, soccer.
I think we try to build the fields and make them available, and as far as moving the nets and painting, you know, we try to partner with them and.
We have a soccer field now, so we have that one,
Yeah, yeah.
but as far as the Comcast, there's not a group to partner with yet.
Cause they were using this one quite a bit, and now they're down here,
Who's they?
Brewer.
Pearl River, now they're down at Lutheran
Lutheran
High.
High.
They go down there quite a bit, and I don't know why.
I bet you anything it's parking.
Yeah.
It was
Park
park,
right there.
Yep.
they
Park
couldn't
on
get
the
to
road,
this
yeah.
field.
Yeah.
Actually, there's no road to park on because there.
No, I
No,
know.
you gotta park over here.
The
on
city
trail.
Yeah, you
And
gotta
the
walk
people
down.
in that neighborhood, that cul-de-sac, do not want anything parking there.
Oh,
So-
from the cul-de-sac out?
We have the parking lot on the CIP for when?
That sounds like 18 or 19.
Eighteen and nineteen.
Nineteen?
We only have the one, I thought.
How many right-of-ways do we have going into Meadow Park? Just the one?
No, they're all three still there.
Oh, okay.
I was supposed to do one.
I don't think, I mean, obviously that's not gonna fit there,
No.
when you end up getting rid of your skate park, so you put it over here, where's the pond?
Oh, yeah.
Hold it, and,
Move it or not make it quite so big. But there's still street parking, I mean, if people like it or not.
talked about,
It's used a lot.
yeah,
It's used a lot.
we talked about updating
I think we should expand it some more updates, because I think that's, the kids use it a lot. I use the soccer field quite a bit, and it's used there a lot.
Okay, so do we call this dual soccer lacrosse?
Oh, no, that's not a, that's a soccer field, isn't it?
Yeah.
They weren't
I
labeled on
think
the
we
back.
certainly start.
Oh, no, I was just wanted to make sure.
I think we certainly start looking into making it a dual. I don't know if lacrosse is the same size, I don't know anything about lacrosse.
It's pretty close to the same.
It's gotta be.
We look at the larger field, and then you can always downsize it.
I would guess lacrosse is a smaller field than soccer.
I mean, even if we bought a net and had it set up, say, here, then they could go out there and practice shooting.
And they're tiny now, they're smaller.
Yeah,
We
they're-
can have them out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We
they
actually
just
put a
constantly
soccer
flipping it like
park
this.
next to
But those nets are,
Yeah,
they don't look that big. They could just be next to them, they can pull them around.
On the park side,
Yeah.
we put,
So we got
the
soccer
park
nets
is
there
adopted
now?
by
Yeah.
Boy Scouts group.
So-
Is it mowed though differently, any for soccer?
We'll have to find that out. Ours isn't.
I can email it to you tomorrow, we've got a policy,
It's not
form to
perfect
fill
for
out.
a soccer field, but it works. When they get out there mowing,
Okay.
in their rotations, and
It isn't
It
like
works.
something that you can find on our webpage,
no,
like fair.
it's good, it's good. It's flat. I mean, if it got that whole roll, I'd pretty something in the spring, but no, it seems fine, I think it's fine. And we talked about this year, or next year, hopefully getting some, fence behind here. We lose a lot of balls. Right down here is, it's, yeah, it's a wetland area.
You might wanna consider, Dave, I don't know, I would consider, maybe instead of a fence, you put something like amber maples in, and shrub that grows up, creates that fence for you.
Could, I don't know what that'll do for these sight lines, for houses and stuff, but yeah,
Well,
we could.
that would create a little bit of buffer from the field to the houses, instead of a chain link fence.
We gotta look at something, a lot of balls go back, a lot of balls get lost in those weeds, it's a pain.
Yeah, no, it's nothing worse than that, yeah.
But soccer fields are never fenced, right?
No.
I mean, we could put a fence here, just a
Okay.
4-foot fence to stop the
I
ball.
mean, if you put one here, would you put one here to protect?
Here, it's
the-
not too big of it does go over to here, but it's not a huge issue.
Okay.
I mean, there's enough of a gap here.
And there's
Yeah,
a
they'll,
line
they'll
there,
roll
too.
over there, but you're not chasing them down, so they're there.
And you're not,
The
not
kids
from
can
the
throw
outside.
back,
Here's
sure.
a small,
A little bit,
Small one,
yeah.
yeah.
I haven't had any concerns with here, to get to that point, the slab is not bad, something, I don't see any concern with that.
And
For any expansions on this playground or skate park, we talked about expanding? I mean, do we put a picnic shelter in between here?
Eventually, I think that,
yeah, I think there's some going yards into it.
or like a big shelter here or something.
Okay, do we have a cutout of that?
I like it, I think there's some good space in there.
There's a
Yeah.
gazebo.
Yeah, that's good.
And a soccer field dimension is 60 yards by 100 yards, and lacrosse is 60 yards by 110 yards,
All across it.
so quite tiny.
What square foot yard?
Well, you could set them behind, and then move the soccer
And
net.
then move them over bigger.
Yeah.
If we're
Yeah,
playing,
side by side like that.
we're playing games for sure, we're going to practice,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but yeah.
Maybe at this,
Somewhere.
maybe at this point, you just, if we get them, that's just where they're at, and if people start talking about it, then we push them back. We need to,
The soccer net really should be anchored, because if they jump up and grab the phone, they tend to tip over.
Yeah, I think they are anchored.
I'm
They're
pretty sure ours
they
are
hit you in the
anchored.
head,
I think
knock
they
you
are.
out.
I think
Oh,
it
yeah.
would jump and reach it anyway.
Yeah, no, you could get hurt.
Yeah, so,
I think ours are anchored.
I don't even know how the seasons line up, lacrosse is, the seasons might not line up with soccer. That's
families have been here, everything that's in the summer.
But we don't have any cross closet on the roof, so I'm sure that was, so.
It's good to start thinking about it, and
You price out an estimate to see what it costs?
On the top?
A lot, I don't know what the soccer ones were, but yeah, we can certainly look at those and see what it'd be. But I'd love to reach out to programs and about it, and try to get them, strictly just parking is the concern. I can't get up more of practice up there, when we start seeing people getting it used and see the activity out there.
Yeah, there was a guy who did or the park board, and complained about parking, because the people were complaining about parking on the streets and.
And I have friends that live on that cul-de-sac and they get very, very angry. Well, we moved the cul-de-sac, we didn't have that,
The one down here.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of houses there.
Pretty good walk here.
Yeah, it is, but you're doing the same there, you're parking, parking on the road then.
yeah, it's just, I think it just needs to be in parking there. So that's gonna take some money, 'cause that drops off really quick right there, down to low end, it's all low end here. Or low, yeah, so it's gonna take a lot of.
Air conditioning on in here,
Yeah.
I'm like getting this blast of cold air coming down it.
All right, anything else on that one? Oh, the entire park, not a lot more can be done.
Is that all wet?
Yeah.
All this, yeah, all this,
We put the bird feeders out that way.
Yeah. Yep.
I tried to do.
Do what?
My room.
You know it's floating or loose, right? Yeah. Alright. I feel like the air conditioning's blowing.
All right, so next meeting, February 9th?
Yep.
That's good, okay. Then we'll move to commissioners' report. Any,
You wanted to talk about the movies?
yeah, does anyone else have anything to discuss? The movies, I didn't go to the first one. Did anyone, was anyone at the first?
Any voters?
Gary voted.
Yeah, he did the popcorn. How was that turnout? Were you there, Luann? You weren't there? Okay. Thought it was pretty good, okay. And then I went to the Wednesday, is that a Wednesday? Or is that, I went to the Wednesday afternoon one. And it was the same, about 18 kids, 18 to 20, I suppose. We did popcorn. I thought it went well. I thought people enjoyed it. Everyone stayed for the entire movie. People weren't leaving halfway through, so.
Did
the
you
ones
hear,
that-
did you hear any feedback from anybody?
I didn't really what do you think of it, I mean,
But you didn't hear any buzzing
I
or
didn't hear,
anything like
no,
that?
no, they were thankful, yeah. Like I said, no one left, they all stuck around, so I'm assuming they enjoy, I think it was successful.
A couple people.
Curious to hear from Zach, if he was at both of them, to see if there were different kids at, Zach wasn't at the second
He
one?
wasn't at the second one, no,
Zach didn't do the second one, I didn't.
no.
I'm just curious to know if it was both, all the same families that went both times, you know? Cause that seems to be the number that we have in the summer.
Hard to tell, and if it is, it is, I
And I think the more we do it, the more the word gets out, then the more people will start coming and.
Exactly.
I like the idea of doing it.
Mhm.
I love the idea of doing it.
Mhm.
I think, though, if we're gonna do it, we need to take the responsibility and make sure it gets done and not rely on staff to do it. I think that's too much for staff to have to do.
Mhm.
Well,
That's-
we're hiring another staff person.
That's
Mhm.
my
Okay.
feedback
Summer.
from it, that's what I think. Especially obviously if it's a Saturday, you know, weekend, you know, this Wednesday seemed to work out, Luann was here, but she's got stuff to do also.
I
And the
did post
popcorn.
it, on our cold water page, and a couple people messaged me saying, are you sure it's free? They were pretty excited that it was free, and you got popcorn, so. And they asked about if there was a soda machine here, or water, or.
Yeah, the popcorn everyone took the popcorn, stay ahead on it. You wanna get in there a little earlier and get going on the popcorn, but, otherwise, everyone took it, yeah, that was a success.
So maybe on our February agenda, let's discuss maybe some next movie dates and movies
Yeah.
to show.
We should maybe make some yard signs. I know when I drive through Victoria, they've got signs everywhere that say movie tonight, so-and-so park or whatever.
I think we could look at doing something
Mhm.
like that, similar
You
to
know,
the
put
car
'em
show,
Cold
like
Water
the
and
car show
Keystone.
one.
Yep.
Yeah,
So, I think
movie
that's a good
tonight
idea.
at this,
Yeah.
And they tended to move them from park to park, just to pull in neighborhoods together.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I
Which-
think that's a good idea.
Which we can do, yeah,
I
in the
think that's a good
summertime,
idea,
but
Yeah,
You know, you gotta have power
Power.
available,
yeah.
so.
And there was a price difference if you had the movie inside or outside.
mhm.
And once we get licensed and we got the rights for that that's not always good for that movie, is it? That we can always show that movie?
Only
Or
good for that day.
that one day, okay. All right, so yeah, we'll talk about some dates on that. Any, other reports? Anyone else have anything else?
we're gonna have to look at putting some kind of a fence up behind the volleyball court also.
Yeah,
It's too close to the swamp, so they're gonna be flying
Okay.
in the swamp.
okay.
But everybody can drive by,
Too,
right,
really?
huh?
It's too close to the swamp?
Yeah, it's about 40 feet from where we had discussed the first time, so.
Huh, okay. Well,
Everyone drive down
absolutely,
behind
we need to
Mobile
look
and look
that,
at it and you'll see what I mean.
But I still think we need to do the fence in the basketball courts also
Mhm.
along the alley, so kids aren't running into the alley to get their balls, so I think we
Couple
should
fence spots.
look at all the fence spots. That's good. And then the other comment I have is, maybe in February, obviously depending on what happens with Public Works building, this building up here may become vacant. I think we need to, if things go, as planned, I think maybe in February we should know. Our meeting's after council, correct?
The council probably gonna be on the January 25th.
Okay. Okay, so good, so we may have an idea, and then we can start looking, let's
That would be
jump on
awesome.
that, and see if there's something we wanna do with that
We
building.
can even take some of that fence and use that behind the,
No, that fence is gonna go out to the middle.
never mind.
Oh, well,
Or I guess you could do it that way.
Oh, it does, no, yeah, it
Either
wouldn't
way,
matter, yeah.
Yeah.
no, but I think, so let's take a look at that, maybe put that on, February's agenda.
That'll be a sweet picnic shelter. It's
Yeah.
a perfect spot for one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And then, Krista, your last evening on
This is
the
my last park board
park
meeting,
board meeting,
but I think it's drawn 10 years.
10 years?
Yes, so my first meeting, I came to complain about city taxes. And that was the city council meeting that they were discussing what we call the wiener snack now, and how it actually costs more than the average house in there, the original design, so that was my first meeting.
That's been a long
So
time,
I would request that you would come to the January 25th council meeting at 6:30 because, the mayor will want to give you a certificate for your service.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely, and from the park board, we certainly appreciate your service. It's really a shame you're not gonna continue.
I have a feeling Luann still might email me for proofreading things.
So just think that we're gonna miss you.
Mhm.
We're gonna catch all the mistakes.
And we probably own every movie, so we can always borrow from our stash for movie nights.
Perfect, no, I certainly appreciate, I don't,
Send her that flyer and say, you can imagine.
Yeah.
it's a lot of commitment, a lot of work,
I figure it's time for, time to let other people serve, so,
Mhm.
good.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
thank you for your service.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and on the same note, Tice, thank you for your, service on the park board, and now that Bruce will be from a council liaison standpoint, but thank you for your service. All right, any staff report? We'll look for motion to adjourn.
I'll make that.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? We are adjourned.